Now to newly released video showing police arresting voters in Florida. It is causing quite a stir. A handful of convicted felons were charged with voter fraud back in August. Now, they say they had permission to register to vote, even though they were not eligible under state law. Critics say that Florida's governor is now trying to intimidate potential voters and create confusion over who is allowed to go to the polls next month. Ed O'Keefe is in Washington with more on the story. Ed, good morning. It is very confusing if you're sitting at home watching this.
It could be. Yes, Gayle, good morning. The arrests were made following investigations by a new Florida state police force established by Republican Governor Ron DeSantis to investigate voter fraud. According to local reports, most of those arrested were black and registered Democrats.
Some voter fraud, voter stuff.
In footage obtained by CBS News on August 18th, police showed up at the Tampa home of Tony Patterson, a registered sex offender who was told he was under arrest for voter fraud.
Voter fraud? What is voter fraud?
Voting when you're not supposed to, sir.
Put your hands on your back, please.
That same day, Ramona Oliver, who served 18 years on a second-degree murder charge, was arrested for voting illegally in 2020, even though she'd received a voter ID card from the state.
I'm like, voter fraud? I voted, but I ain't commit no fraud.
Patterson, Oliver, and 18 others were accused of violating a 2018 state law that allows most former felons to vote after they complete their sentences. But that law excludes convicts like Patterson and Oliver who were convicted of a felony sex offense or murder. Florida Republican Governor Ron DeSantis touted the arrests that same day.
They are disqualified from voting because they've been convicted of either murder or sexual assault.
More than 11 million votes were cast in Florida in the 2020 election when some of those arrested allegedly illegally voted. In the videos, first obtained by the Tampa Bay Times, Patterson tells a police officer he was misled.
Voter fraud.
Let's walk over to my car,
Why is y'all doing this now and this happened years ago?
I don't know.
Voting rights advocates say it's a game of gotcha.
When people get a voter ID card from their government, what else are they going to presume except that they're eligible to vote?
Good evening.
In a debate Tuesday night between Florida's U.S. Senate candidates, these specific arrests didn't come up, but the candidates did spar over voting rights.
Florida has very good election laws, and the states that don't have very good election laws are the states that actually have gone in the opposite direction of weakening security for the ballot.
Florida has an election law police force, and if the laws are so wonderful, what's the need for that?
Republican Senator Marco Rubio and Democrat Val Demings, who you saw there, are locked in a close and expensive fight. Aides to Governor DeSantis, who's running for re-election this year against Democrat Charlie Crist, didn't return requests for comment on the concerns that some of those felons may have been misled or confused by state law. Nate?
Ed, thank you.